This is breaking news, y'all. This is breaking news. Now, there's a situation that happened with a social media influencer who goes by the name of J Amore or Mr. J. But this TikTok influencer, 2-year-old daughter, had went in their pool and drowned. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you the rundown of everything that happened. I need y'all to stay. In the second video, he's receiving a lot of backlash from the internet. Something going on with he pulled up a GoFundMe, then took it down. Now, this is a father of 9 children. So when that had happened, right after the situation had happened, taking videos right at the pool after the situation happened. Now, many of you may know Mr. J for getting on TikTok, eating a bunch of food while his wife asks him questions and all of that. But this story right here, I want y'all to brace yourselves, because this is a very sensitive topic that we about to go through right here, y'all. Check this out.
Nobody wins.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I please file a police report also, because this came from his baby mama, because her daughter is here, and honestly, yes.
She said bring her home.
She said bring her home. She said
I will bring her home.
And as you can see, the car's right there.
What's your baby's name? Lady
Christian Haynes.
10.
10. You can take it right now.
Yes. Listen, you understand what we're going to do. Alright, we get told that you are there with guns. No. Listen, you're just a
Are you doing with guns?
The call said that a 10-year-old contacted.
Yeah. I would like to pretty please.
Family is grieving tonight after a 2-year-old girl drowned at a home.
And police say the family had all the safety measures in place to prevent something like this from happening.
Life ain't no joke already as it is. And then with social media, you know, that's a life in itself, right? Hey, look, can't nobody tell you how you should grieve when it come to your loved one, especially your kids. And despite...
So this is him. This is what he known for getting online, eating a bunch of food and stuff like that, and he went viral, y'all.
What the world might persuade you to think, ain't nobody on this world perfect but God. And once we establish that, we understand life happens, right? And because somebody may look like they got more than you on social media, don't mean they living better than you, fam. Let's throw that out there. I got one child, one that think it's a lot. I'm talking about a full-blown dad. I can't imagine having 7. Can you? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But that's the story of a man who we got to talk about today. A man who, on this past Father's Day, became one of, if not the worst days of his life. Coming outside saying his toddler unresponsive in the pool. What would you do? A lot of people are already pointing out the obvious, right?
Remember, y'all, stay for the second story because it's an update. I'm putting it all together. Don't go nowhere.
In attendance. No gate around the pool. Now, we'll later get to all that. We're going to look at the format of how the house was laid out and even the pool. But it was something that was done just yesterday that made this man have to recant his statement on social media. And I don't know if he was wrong or right, but it just goes to show you how powerful social media can be that can stop you from grieving to try to please the public. This man made a GoFundMe. People noticed the life he was portraying online, the house this situation happened in, but he's not taking accountability of bills. Some people having financial struggles, and having your main source of income be TikTok is not that stable. But nonetheless, that man withdraw his GoFundMe that he made for his daughter. I'm gonna go over the facts. I'm gonna go over this in chronological order, and I'm gonna let you guys let me know how y'all feel about this one at the end. But most importantly, we're gonna send some loving prayers to this man. He made a statement via his attorney after all.
Because that's the thing, from the outside looking in, people be pocket watching. You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody can make something look good online doesn't mean they have the liquid funds to support anything that they have going on. They may be drowning in debt that you don't know about. So just because somebody come up with a GoFundMe, but you see all these tangible things, these items that's in their house and all of that, don't mean that they have the money in their bank account.
All the backlash this morning, which compelled me to bring it to you guys' attention. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
Can you talk to Bridget? Because she always be wearing like short little outfits and revealing clothes around my boyfriend. And the other day she walked in there and she had on like the little Nike bra top and some little shorts and her stomach was showing. And it just was, I just feel like she shouldn't be doing it.
I mean, as long as she ain't trying to flirt with him or nothing, I talk to her or whatever, but...
No, he be looking at her, and I just don't want him to look at her so she can just not dress like that.
Hey, well, she should feel comfortable in her own house. Now, the problem lies with your boyfriend. He shouldn't be looking. Because if that's your sister, you should look at her like a sister as well.
Fam, that was TikToker Jamal Morton, also known as JMO, or Mr. J. Right now, he mourning the loss of his 2-year-old daughter, Rose, who we won't show her picture. Now living in Atlanta, Georgia, the influencer has launched a GoFundMe after announcing the death of the toddler. JMO shared online that his daughter died after accidentally drowning in their family's pool, the same pool you guys see on the screen. Now, before we go over exactly what he had to say and why he decided to take away the GoFundMe, let's talk about him for a second. For those unaware, Jamal Morton is a father of 9. I made him misquoted. He gained millions of followers across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, where he uploads comedy sketches centered around parenting. JMO also worked as an actor. He joined TikTok in July 2022. He started making content featuring his children. Jamal Morton has been married to Jessica Morton, who also make Instagram reels with her husband and kids. In November of 2000.
So it seems like a happy family. You know, he might have kids with the other, as we seen in the footage where the police approached the house. She said something about the other baby mother and they had his other children from the other baby mother. So that's where the 9 come into play. So he has a father of 9, happy family, big house, pool in the backyard. You know, people will look at this and say, wow, they got it all together. But as time go on and the story unfolds, you know, the internet, they get to doing their little investigations and stuff, and something just might not be right. I'm not saying it ain't officially, but I'm saying that, you know how people, hey, look, you know, they see things, you know what I mean? But we can't tell nobody how to mourn as well, you know? But let's keep it going.
2025, he spoke with the Rap House TV interview and spoke about his fatherhood and saying that being a parent is definitely hard. He made it on social media after his wife just gave him a plate, and then it went viral.
During that time, I started playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was drinking, and I just wasn't where I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? And then I started scrolling on social media and just was like, I can do this, you know? And I saw like a few pages where people were like having a platform, but the content was like cringy. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, it was lame as hell. I'm not even gonna lie, but people were following them. I was like, if they can do this, I can, you know? So one day, like, my wife, she brought me a plate of food. And I was like,
I'll start with the food. We know you from the plates. We know you from the amazing food you be eating, bro.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, bro.
So she brought me a plate, and I was like, hey, babe, film me. And she was like, why you eating? I was like, yes. Okay. Because she didn't really want to, because, like, you know, at this time, the videos couldn't make her.
Now, going over his background, it seemed like over the years, he also had some choice words for the Atlanta rapper 21 Savage.
I had to come to the 9 to get protection. You a real fucking bitch. You came in my room and stole it because you know we popping. You a real bitch ass nigga. I was trying to put, hey, one mic, hold up, one mic, man. I was trying to put you on and put you on my...
Hold on, I'm going to bring us up to speed to what's going on now because we ain't here for him and 21 Savage and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and couple the other story, what the internet is talking about, y'all. Make sure y'all hype this video, subscribe to get this out in the algorithm because people are on it, you know, and it's upsetting a lot of people. But check it out, y'all.
You definitely can't come. You can't...
2025, him and his wife bought a nice home for around $830,000 in Atlanta, Georgia. We're not going to disclose exactly where, but I want to break down some numbers before we go over the details and the spec of this house. Say you got a mortgage for $833,000. You divide that in what, 60 years, 30 years, hopefully. Nobody don't 60s no more. Depending on your interest rate, you're looking at about $5,900 a month. $300 to $600 for insurance.
$5,900 a month. I can't even fathom paying that much. But again, he got 9 children. You know what I'm saying? But that blows my mind. People paying that much mortgage. You know, I can't think about that. That's crazy.
property taxes, you're probably looking at $5,800 to $6,300 a month to live in this house. That's a month. Now, let's point out this. Despite how much your mortgage is, it's better than rent, especially when you put money into something that's essentially yours. The bank gave you the loan, you just paying it off. It's essentially an investment. But let's not make no mistake. Making $15,000 to $20,000 and your mortgage is around $6,000 is not living above your means. But it damn sure don't mean you well off or rich. So let's get that established out the way, fam. The materialistic thing may be above what you have or not, but that don't take away the fact that most of us is one paycheck away from not being able to afford our bills. So if someone who has less deserve help, what's the difference for someone who want to help someone who have a little bit more? And like we said at the very beginning, everything is not what it's saying, because I'm not saying that it was due to financial struggles or maybe they felt like it was a better investment renting it out. But back in May 19th, in 2026, a little over a year, the couple had listed the home to be rented out for $8,500, which, as we mentioned, would probably be about $2,500 profit from the actual mortgage. The house is a little under 5,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms and 5 baths. Now, according to public listings, this is the image of the backyard. It also matches up with the videos that he put up on social media. And as you can see, how the setup is, the pool can't really have no fence around it, which is kind of unfortunate. The back door leads to a lounge area, which leads directly in front of the pool. Now, with that being said, we talking about possibly even 9 siblings together. I can see an honest, unfortunate mistake with a young child wandering off to the backyard inside that pool. Now, on June 7, 2026, the couple had raised it up and looked for offers renting out the home for $10,000+. Sometimes that could piss your HOA and neighbors off. But 2 days later, they removed the listing. Fast forward 2 weeks later, it's Father's Day, June 23rd, 2026. In Jamal's household, he's getting celebrated. But suddenly, allegedly, the couple looked for Rose and they found her unresponsive in the backyard pool. May she rest in peace and love and condolences to her family. The world didn't know yet, but on June 25th, 2026, Jamal had went to social media to give his condolences and ask for support. He uploaded a GoFundMe. And fam, we gotta be mindful on the words and how we make people feel on social media. Apparently they came for a reason, fam. And he said the following. You were the best daughter a father could ever ask for. Losing a child is a pain I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I hate to make this post, but y'all won't be seeing me for a while. I have to take a break. I lost my daughter. She thought she was a big girl and could swim all by herself. She walked out the house and got into the pool where she drowned. I hope heaven is real, because I can't imagine you being all alone by yourself. So God, if you're real, please watch over my baby. Rest in peace, my sweet angel. Daddy loves you forever, Rose. In the GoFundMe description, Jamal Morton urged readers to help his family send her home, adding that they're moving away because they can't live in that house anymore. According to the page, the service for Rose will be held on Sunday, June 28, 2026. And as of the writing, the fundraiser has raised $4,645 of the $6,500 goal. Fam, he not asking for much. Now, as I look to go donate, fam, personally, it was taken down. It say broken. All the backlash, people pointing out his home, the pool.
Why was he receiving backlash? This is what the next video about. And I will add this. When it comes down to money, I will say this. When it comes down to our people, they won't give up the money until they know all the details. They got to know every last detail about that money. So I will say that, you know what I'm saying? So people, they did their little investigation and all of that, and this is the next video right here. Check it out, y'all. Okay, this is it. If you're still here, please hit the like button and make sure you give up one of them hypes. This is it. People on TikTok, y'all know when they put that mystery background music to it and they get to putting them pictures and videos together and they start diving, you know what I mean? And this is what this is. Check it out, y'all.
This whole situation is absolutely insane. And the fact that the occult numbers and this video is absolutely disturbing and sickening when I had seen it today. But let's take a look into this whole situation before I show you this video. So maybe you guys recognize this guy, but his name is Jamal Morton, and he's known as an influencer. A lot of people remember him because in videos, he's always eating something or sitting in his pool at his house. Now, if you look, parenting influencer's 2-year-old daughter drowns in his home pool. Daddy loves you forever. Now, it goes on to explain some stuff in here about what had happened, but check this out. Look into the numbers because it's very telling. So as you can see here, he is 33 years old when it happened. Interesting. The date it happened on is June 21st. Now, what's on June 21st? The summer solstice. But notice his daughter also was 2 years old. As I've shown on my page, 2 is known as the magician's number because it's 1 mirrored. It's like a trick. But in Roman numerals, it's also an 11. It appears to be an 11, which, like 33, the master number, 11 times 3 is 33. But even regardless of the numerology that's surrounding this event, is the video that he posted is absolutely disturbing. Now, people will say, oh, it's somebody on his team. There's people trying to give excuses. If anybody posted this on my page, okay, a video that I had done in the past with the pool in it, nonetheless, anybody on my team ever posted this, not only would they be fired, but they'd be catching these hands bad. I mean, bad. If you would have posted this video. But check this video out for yourself.
Yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah.
Fam, in the next video, we going to trial. But I want to steal 15 minutes of y'all time, man. Go over.
Hey, listen, man, I'm going to just put it like this, man. If I see somebody going through something, it's either I'm going to donate or not donate. I'm not going to sit up there and be like, nah, I don't want to get them no money because... and then try to lead other people to not give them money. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just say, nah, I ain't rocking with that joint right there. Something seemed a little fishy. I'm not going to sit up there and try to get everybody else to follow me to not donate to the people. I'm not going to do that. Y'all let me know. Are y'all into that numerology stuff and all of that? But it goes deeper than that. Check it out.
Update from a story we did less than 48 hours ago. And I'm going to be real. I don't know what's going on with this couple. Everything they doing is foggy. With all due respect, if it's not them, it's their team. But they team represent them. And at this point, some people already know where I'm going with this. And some people asking, fam, what you talking about? Let me break it down. So the influencer we talked about 2 days ago is facing even more backlash after posting a video at the exact same spot where his 2-year-old daughter tragically lost her life. And then come the mother. She posted the same day this situation went on. And the next after that. And there was no post of the baby girl. And of course, we didn't go over it, but most of us came to the video and said it in the comments. He came out and said he wasn't home. Something don't add up here. Now, we not here to come up with theories.
Now they saying something don't add up. He's saying he wasn't home. Then he's saying they're posted on the same day that the young girl had passed.
We here to talk about the facts. Now, how I was raised, just me. A lot of the stuff that's being done, I couldn't even fathom doing. Or somebody from my team having the nerve to do so on my behalf. And when you got something like that happen in a tragic event like the one we discussed 48 hours ago, fam, you know I had to bring it to you guys' attention. Not to mention, there was some family members who came in the comments and said, fam, hold fast. We've been following him prior to the time you doing your research to give us this story. This a man who shows large amounts of cash. And I want to belittle other people's situations. Because coming from...
Oh, so now some new information says that he shows large amounts of cash, liquid. Because remember, at first I said they don't mean that they have the liquid cash. They say he shows large amounts of cash, also belittle other people. So, hey, look, I can't side with that right there. If it's true, check it out.
Where I'm from, folks that put money first will do anything for it. But nonetheless, after giving the parents the benefit of the doubt and then seeing a recent post from both the father and the mother on social media, regardless of who's actually behind the accounts, I can't lie, I was crushed. So today, I want to bring you guys a quick but important update. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it.
Why would I do that?
Because, like, okay, I know I ain't been there for 8 months, but y'all been helping. So the baby been getting taken care of.
What does my money have to do with your responsibility? And the fact that when you have a child, the father needs to have just as much responsibility
as the mother.
Right, but we could do that without the courts being involved,
But
Ma.
how?
Because I'll give you the money. I just please, Ma, like, come on.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to speak too soon, but I believe this was the skit they did on that same day.
I know that was a long skit, but that was the mother of the 2-year-old who, according to the parents, drowned in their pool on Father's Day. Now, the irony of that message, right? But the real takeaway I want you guys to take away from that video is the date it was posted, on Father's Day. And in 2026, Father's Day fell on June 21st, 2026. And according to the couple, that was the same day they lost their baby girl. Now, we'll briefly go over the details once more in 60 seconds.
So my question is, was that a repost so they could stay in the algorithm was it a repost from their team? Or did they go out and act that skit right after the situation? Because if they acted out that skit right after the daughter had drowned, that's bad. That is bad right there.
But I advise you guys to check out the first video. Nonetheless, you would think they would speak on it on the 22nd, right? Nope. What about the 23rd? Nope. 24th? Nope. 25th? No. In fact, on the mother page, she posted every day, but not one post was about her daughter. When it came to the dad, the influencer, he didn't post for a week. But then he came back out and made another post that got so hectic under the comments, he had to take it off. Now, I managed to screenshot some comments speaking on it because that's the only evidence of it being up. And it makes you wonder, man, why y'all doing all this posting and not nobody taking the time to post their daughter? So I analyzed the mother page once again. Okay, maybe it's her team doing it, right? She may not do dedication post, but just 2 days ago, she made a dedication post to her husband and wrote 4 months till 2026. And I'm still in love with the man I met in 2016. But the comments was turned off. Wonder why, right? And just like her husband, she would post.
So when she did post, that was her post, and she shut the comments off. So people or fans are getting at him saying, hey, what's going on with the little girl? Why y'all not speaking? Again, you can't tell nobody how to mourn, but I see what I'm trying to look at both sides here. You know what I'm saying?
Post another video, and just like her husband, in front of that very pool they claim the daughter was found deceased. Now, that's their child, but to me, that's distasteful.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm just hoping maybe like their team had posted this just to stay in the algorithm. I don't know. I don't want to think that. I don't want to think that. What I want to think is that you actually withdraw yourself from social media after an incident like that happened. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. And I'm not gonna be in that pool. I don't want to even see that damn pool. Seriously.
Now, at this point, I wanted to check out the details again to make sure we said everything that was correct, right? Like, this young girl really drowning in the pool. And I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I wanted to check and see if the authorities made the same conclusion. Now, I know what the address is. I showed details in the last video, but I won't say it, because that's public information. But I'm not here to put anybody's address on a public platform. But that gave me a clue to search for the county to see did they make any reports on Father's Day on even a young girl losing their life, period. And there was no. So once again,
did they make any reports on a young girl losing their life at all? And the answer is no. They didn't make no reports.
Again, I read what the father had to say a week after Father's Day, came up with the GoFundMe, took it down, and said the following. Talking about a 2-year-old now. He quote, I lost my daughter. She thought she was a big girl and could swim all by herself. She walked out the house and got into the pool where she drowned. Now, that was the statement he made for the fundraiser, right? Fam, what was your 2-year-old doing? Can walk out the house with the door was open? At 2 years old, I think they could swim and get in the pool? And then, at this point, my mind racing everywhere, right? But would that make sense on why the mother ain't post nothing? Or would that make sense on why it was so much backlash would prevent this influencer to take down the GoFundMe? Now, remember they said on the GoFundMe that the funeral was today? I ain't see nothing. That's why I waited.
Your daughter drowned on Father's Day. She was 2 years old. She walked to the pool. Nobody saw her and she drowned on Father's Day. And you have 9 kids total and you made that mistake. I'm not blaming anything on anybody. I'm just saying this situation seems very off. You have 9 kids. You have experience with children and you're...
So what I'm getting is that they're saying or insinuating that they made it all up to get the bread. And there's a story that happened maybe 8 years ago. It was a wannabe rapper. He had unalived his own mother just for the money. Y'all remember that? Y'all let me know if y'all remember that. If I find a clip, I'll put that in here too. But that's remind me of this. But just saying that people would do some crazy shit for the money. Now, I hope this ain't what this is. I hope he wouldn't make that up and lie just to get some bread. I hope. I'm hoping. But check it out.
Your daughter just got up and walked and drowned in the pool. Something's not adding up to me. Maybe I read that wrong.
We also pointed out the financial situation with the house now. And he pointed that out in his statement saying he can't live in that house no more. Of course, we pointed out the large increase in trying to rent it out and things in that nature just weeks prior to this tragic situation. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to think nobody is doing...
What, was he embarrassed that he had to leave a crib? You know? Being as though that he been belittling people, because that's what happens when you belittle people. You don't want to let nobody know you going through financial hardships.
And, you know, especially when it comes to their kids, right? But this man made a post on his Instagram, and it wasn't a funeral, man. I pray to God this man wasn't lying. And to make matters even worse, I saw a video on the mother page that shows another little girl in the shopping cart. He got 9 kids. I don't know which one is which, so I can't really say that's this young girl who we speaking on from the previous video. I'm just sending love and prayers to this family, man. I hope authorities able to get to the bottom of it. Everything.
The only thing we can do is pray on the situation, and y'all get in the comment section. Let me know, do y'all think there's something off about this situation? Or do you think he's telling the truth? You got to take all what's being said, get your own perspective, do your own due diligence, and take what was being shown in the video, and come back. Let me know in the comment section what you think went down. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe. Please hype this video. Get it out there in the algorithm so we can get some new eyes on this, to get some different perspectives to see what they think about the situation right here. Because it's crazy. I hate to even think of stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Big Kish signing out. Gone, y'all.